Last time on Mega Man Battle Network, Dr. Wily announced his plan to destroy the world by putting a virus on a rocket and just using that to destroy the internet. More so, the virus... the virus is the important part of this, apparently, not the rocket. So we spent a while trying to find a way to the fortress, which was technically pretty easy, it just involved a lot of backtracking. So here we are, at the Dr. Wily Fortress. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Woo!
It's all the people who helped us. Apparently, World 3 and all their evil just put them at the front entrance. Like, hey, you looking for the hostages? Well, guess what? They're right there. You can pick them up whenever you want. We don't care about them that much. They just kind of annoyed us. I don't know, I want to challenge Higsby? Absolutely I do! This is totally an appropriate time to do this. Alright, here we go! So for those curious, yes, you can go back to Higsby's shop to buy chips. He just, left a program that just does that automatically. So you're not locked out of the shop, even though he doesn't do it here. I feel like you can also fight Numberman at Higsby's shop as well, but Higsby's just gonna be here for the rest of this game. So he'll just be hanging out. And we can fight him whenever we want. Alright, so I could, yeah. Good job, past me. Use lock-on, because now that he's no longer summoning orbs that would destroy this satellite, it's just gonna fuck him up real bad. Goodbye!
Be gone.
Well, speaking of lack of chips, I didn't get any Numberman chips from that. I wouldn't use it, but, you know, I did kind of want to get the V2 and V3 chips. I'm used to getting tied up by the World 3.
So that screenshot of, that one character saying, "Don't let the World Wide Web get to you," is on Video Game Advisor, right? It has to be.
Alright, so, this, door's got a lock, and hey! This lock looks familiar. So yes, this being the final area, we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane and revisiting old computers. Of course, they do have their own unique setup, so that is kind of nice. We might be reusing gimmicks, but there's a new context for them, so it's fine. And of course, the viruses are different. Let me tell you, this guy wasn't in our oven.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, a snack egg! Look at him go!
Oh, I literally read that as Snake GG. Wait, good game. I'm out, Mega Man.
Good snake. Peace.
Good snake.
It is a pretty good snake. Very devious looking. I can't tolerate this anymore. Here. Have a nice block. So yeah, new setup, new enemies, which makes it so this revisit isn't too bad. Wait, what? Why did I... Past me? What? Why didn't you go after the thing?
Challenge run.
Did I I guess I just got into a battle and then completely missed that mystery data, so it shall forever be a mystery, I guess. And we've of course seen this enemy before. We gotta destroy the candle in order to stop him from automatically healing, and then we can just kinda kill him. It's not that bad. Okay, so I looked it up. The mystery data I missed is just a Recover 200C. So nothing I would use.
So it was a tactical decision.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To spend an ice block on it and then run away.
Yeah, and there are benefits to not picking up chips. For example, having one less chip to spend in the chip trader. That's definitely a valid tactic.
It's like taking damage to save time, speedrun secrets.
It's doing nothing and not saving any time whatsoever. Perfect strat. When we're so close to the end, but we don't have enough ice blocks. Well, I guess the World 3 got us. There's just too much fire. Oh, except Yai followed us. Oh man, check this out. Glide's gonna do a thing! He did it. He banished the fire. Alright, and that's probably the most we'll ever see out of Glide. Shoot the key, and the door's open.
I thought maybe this was going to be the trope where all of our friends sacrifice themselves along the way.
Not quite. Our friends just come in and are like, I got this, don't worry.
Like in Super Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Yai gives us the Roll 3 R chip. Very helpful, of course. But now we've got the second lock program, which is, of course, the school network. Now, this might be, a time to give us puzzles pertaining to, like, various game mechanics. Like, you could have had doors that ask you, like, how much damage does, like, a sword battle chip do? And, you just have to think through all the numbers you've seen throughout the game. No, it's just all the random guessing passwords. It's just all this.
I forgot about these.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there are a bunch of doors, and they're all the same puzzle. And you can skip a bunch of them. Just go after the items, then go for the exit. You don't have to do this puzzle. Let me look at this map here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. That's the number of doors overall in this area. Let's see, I think I must have cut it down to 1, 2, 3... looking like... 4, 5? So yeah, you can skip 3 of them. That's great, right? Anyway, at least I can style on these guys.
This is a very powerful combo.
Yeah, like Pop-Up's really broken, Anubis is really broken, and they just get more broken together. So, one thing I don't like about this final area, other than, this being a particularly bad retread, is the music. This is an okay song. It's, kind of ominous. That's really all it's got. It's not that memorable. And remember, way back when I mentioned that the actual school theme would have been a pretty good, like, final area theme. Definitely more in, like, the we can do this, we're gonna style on the final boss kind of tone, but still. And I think I kind of would have preferred that overall. It's just... I mean, I guess this song is one way, and to be fair, I don't feel that hyped to defeat the final boss right now because of this particular puzzle. But, that's a gameplay problem, not a tone problem. But yeah, given our friends are coming in to help us out, I feel like, a more upbeat final area song would have been kind of fitting. Maybe a mix.
Instead, it's just Victory Road. Here's a creepy ? Song to play while you're in a dangerous area.
I will give it one thing. This is, I think, an original song. I don't think any other area in the game plays this one. So it's got that over the early Victory Roads. Oh boy. But this, however, is the boulder pushing puzzle equivalent, I guess.
You should have just replaced the background music with Megalovania. Is there a Megalovania in Mega Man sound font?
I mean, probably. There's probably a Megalovania for every sound font. Somebody's probably done a Phoenix Wright Megalovania. Alright, and I think that was the second to last one. Wait, no, I'm taking that up. I'm going down there, aren't I? Oh no. Oh no, why? Anyway, that's, I think, only Flowshell 1, the original version of the enemy. Thankfully I had a throwable battle chip because, man, that enemy is annoying. Even just the base version of that virus is a pain to deal with. I don't like it. Oh no, it literally just tells us that only the second digit was changed, and also that it was lowered.
Wow, I can't believe this has worse cybersecurity than Ozymandias' computer in Watchmen.
I don't understand that particular reference.
So he's way into Egyptology. The password his computer is Ramses II. It's Ramses followed by the Roman numeral 2.
Oh my god.
And, oh god, I forget the, normal name, but Owlman puts in Ramses, and it says you're missing a number. Says you have to put in a number after that. It's just one of those, wow, you don't know what computers are, huh? Although it was the 80s, maybe computers were like that at the time.
I mean, probably not. That's so hyper-specific, I, the computer, know the password. Let me give you a little hint there, buddy.
It's weird, because it implied that that's just how the password entry worked. You had to put in the word and then the number. Which I don't know how that would be more secure.
Oh man, the first digit was decreased. What are we gonna do? Alright, there we go. That's it. That's the last door. No more doors. Oh wait. Mega door! Fuck you! Hun? I mean, we can guess our way through it, but I guess Higsby is here to help this time. I mean, I would hope. I mean, I probably... The stance! Here I go, this is me entering a password, whoosh!
Fucking Aurora, this password.
Alright, so I lied. Higsby is actually, elsewhere. But first, we gotta see this. They're really harshing my mellow. Make them stop.
I may have forgotten this man's name was Yahoot.
Yeah. I'm destroying the world, but fuck specifically you. I mean, we already beat up Higsby once. Let's
do it again.
Not this time.
Alright, see ya, Otacon.
Alright, so once again, it's time to unlock a door. Thinking once there was a C here, but there never was a door. And now we're an ice computer, which is so much easier because it's just a sliding puzzle.
Although it does require you to use diagonals.
It does, and for the Game Boy Advance that is pretty rude. But yeah, there's none of that, like, super complex, go to specific spots, and turn water on or off. Like that one section at the very end that the game specifically had to give you, like, the method for. Because otherwise it was just too dumb. But yeah, there's no turning water on and off at all. Like I said, worst one is pretty much the school comp revisit.
Your dodging ability is insane, by the way. I can't even process what's all going on.
Yeah, and I'm not even, like, great in comparison to, like, high-level Battle Network players, or... Oh shit, what's that one game that came out that's like Battle Network style, but,
Oh,
like,
no.
it's a roguelike, it's Halfway to Eden or something like that? Something Eden.
I didn't even realize that existed.
Yeah, it came out relatively recently, and I saw it, and I was like, you know, this might be slightly above my skill level. It is extremely frantic.
That's the thing about successors and the fan-made games and things like that. Like, a lot of times they'll fix the problems in the original game and make it, you know, really worth playing. But they'll also just make it hard as balls.
Mm-hmm. One step from Eden, that's it. But yeah, it does look pretty neat, but also not quite what I want from a Battle Network game. I'm more in it for... I suppose I'd say the story. You know, I feel like modern-day writers could do something, you know, pretty good. Not to say Battle Network's bad. I do enjoy Battle Network stories. But I feel like you could, you know, have a higher standard of writing. But yeah, that and Chip Collection. That's what I'm here for.
It's very Saturday morning cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we can't shoot the ice. Thankfully, Freud is here. This, of course, is the first time anybody in history has said that. But that's because he's got Iceman along with him, and he just sort of appeared and ate some ice.
Just adds more to the ice. Iceman, no. You're not helping.
Alright, I guess I'll just make so much ice that... dang, I really can't get... what if I just create an entirely new stage out of ice? Would that help? Alright, well, thanks for helping, but Iceman hasn't got his face punched in yet, so I'm here to change that. Yeah, try making an ice block now, nerd. Iceman's pretty much the same as he always is. Doesn't quite do enough, but also defends himself so he's not a complete pushover. Of course, limiting your space does make that, like, initial plus shape attack a little more difficult to deal with, but not by much. You just have to know it's a plus shape and you can avoid it. Also, it'll freeze you if it hits, I should mention that. Alright, thanks for that. Anyway, please go beat up World 3 instead, maybe. Maybe do that. Thanks, Lan, you have proven that the love of my family is worthless in a fight. Please, go away. Alright, so the traffic light dungeon is probably one of the better ones. I would say Oven Comp and Traffic Light Comp revisits are the best ones, because they're not that annoying, but they still have puzzles. Waterworks Comp is a nice breather after the school one, though, because god, that one is just... It doesn't even take that long, but it's so unpleasant. Also, the aura chips are pretty... like, they're relatively rare drops, but that's because They work like the barrier chips that you can get, except of course, like the aura viruses, instead of just being a collective you take X damage and then the barrier disappears, it's you have to take this much damage in a single shot, then the barrier vanishes. Of course, things do a lot of damage in this game, so I don't know how much it would help, but, you know. At the very least, it'll still shield you from an attack, so, like, it's not like when the barrier gets broken, you also get hurt. It is still a net gain, it's just, ooh boy, damage values. Although, to be fair, they do have specific elements attached to them, so it is, like, it's a lot of planning. You gotta know what you're up against, and then put, you know, the specific chip in your folder to deal with it. So if you want to use them effectively, you kind of have to have all of them, and then just sort of swap them out. Which I never do, I usually just, like, pick up one and just keep it. It's easier like that.
I do like when video games experiment with, like, types of barriers.
Mm-hmm.
Because just the difference between having a barrier that's basically extra health and a barrier that blocks everything below a certain damage output would change both you and your opponent's like entire way of dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember in Supreme Commander, which I played a couple times when I was a kid, which is an RTS, and there were two different types of shields. One of which was invulnerable but only blocked fire, couldn't block actual units. And then another that could block everything but had a limited amount of health. And the way you would deal with those would be completely different.
Yeah, that's neat. It also reminds me of Ikaruga, that one shmup where, like, bullets are either black or white, and you switch colors and you're invulnerable to one bullet. But then the other one you can get hit by.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Gutsman helped us here because there was a rock in the way. Even though there was a rock we shot earlier, the one on the Metro line, this one was way stronger.
I was hoping we just weren't going to acknowledge Gutsman. Just talk about other video games instead.
I mean, we have to acknowledge him now, because he's right there.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, how about that big game, huh?
Yeah, Ikaruga. Pretty... I think I have it on Steam, but I haven't played it. And I'm honestly... I might see what the version on the Switch is. Because, oh god. Ikaruga's ports come down to two different types. There was the one that was on Xbox Live and the one that was for the GameCube. And the Xbox Live one is better in most ways, but the GameCube came with basically replays built into it that would show you how to get the most score on a stage.
Oh, neat.
And I like it because it really demonstrates the amount of skill involved, because even if you know everything you're supposed to do at every second of a level, you still can't do it every time.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what other differences are between the GameCube and Xbox Live one. I think one of them has like infinite lives and infinite continues, so if you just want to get to the end, you can.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I think the GameCube one also had it so like you can not only start from any stage, but start from any part of any stage and replay those over and over again.
Oh, cool.
Anyways, you might want to talk about the game we're actually let's playing.
So anyway, the life virus is super strong. And oh man, the people on this mailing list are terrified. Oh, what's this? Even more securely locked than the other door so far. And no jack in port! Oh my god, it's a normal door! We're defenseless! There's nothing we can do!
They fucking did it. They just unplugged the router. No, all of our hacking is over.
What could be plugged into this huge outlets?
I think you have that reversed. That's a huge plug. You need a huge outlet. Lan, focus.
It's Lan, of course he doesn't know the difference between an outlet and a plug.
Should have paid attention in school, Lan. Oh my god,
You're not sure
Lan.
what this machine is for. Nothing good, you assume. That's great.
So, he painted that?
I should also point out that while we have been revisiting old areas, we haven't been doing any sort of boss rush. There's no boss rush, which is weird because the Team Rocket gang didn't really do anything. They just decided to leave when this whole plan started. So, reward for most improved goes to this one. This particular server only has the invisible floors gimmick. We don't have to do the battery puzzles. We don't have to deal with our own battery. The floors are just invisible. I don't even think there are any evil Mr. Progs.
So, I know it's kind of a trope for long-range video game franchises that not really find their footing until the second game. Like, there's the Mega Man Classic series, Pokemon, Yakuza, Suikoden. Like, there's a whole bunch of video games. Like, the second one is where it's really good, and that's the one that you really want to get to. But with this game, it honestly feels like this is Mega Man Beta Network. Like, we have this really sick idea for gameplay, and we'll just sort of figure out the rest as we go.
Mm-hmm. They also sort of knew, like, in theory, what they were doing with puzzle designs. They just weren't entirely there yet.
But, like, they have a neat cast of characters. All these characters are unique and fleshed out and everything, but they're not doing a whole lot. Even like the Team Rocket, like, okay, well, when they come back in the sequel, then we'll be ready for them.
So, we're at the point of no return, which means we're gonna save, and next time on Mega Man Battle Network, we end the endgame.